8.5. So this time we will buy the house, the mortgage. And this section, we will learn how we get the payments, like down payments or the payments, and whatever the length you want to get the house, like even 30 years, 20 years. So they have the formula for that. So we have so what will we learn? So we will learn complete this section. We will able to solve the problems involved with conversations, mortgage, and solving the problem involved with adjustable rates mortgage. The important, I think, on this chapter we base on this one more. We go more than this. We have the formula for that. And the homeowner mortgage. So the homeowner mortgage is the long-term loan in which the property registers a security for the payment difference between the down payment and the seller price. This means this one we can learn, like what is the seller price and what is your down payments and what is the monthly payments. Whatever the one you chose for that, or they offer for you. So the homeowner mortgage. Oh, what happened to Sharon? She just in and she out again. So we have two types. We have two types of compensation loan. So we have a compensation loan and adjustable rate loan or the variable rate loan. So we have we must be we will learn adjusted rate loan for this sections. And so the major difference between up to instead of rate conversation loan, the conversation loan is the fixed for the durations of the loan, whereas the interest rate for the variable rate loan may change every period as specific in the loan. So conversations loan, like when you heard like they say the fixed loan or the fixed rate or something like that, this how they're talking about.
Could you go back, please? Yeah, I wasn't able to copy it all down.
Yeah, for this one is next week I will have all your copy for this one. I print out everything, the one we missing for the last, and then last week and this week, and the whole semester. Oh, where is Sharon? She took in and she out. That's okay. We good?
No, I still need a few seconds.
So have you seen what's his name? Daniel, is that right? That's his last name?
I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay,
Usually
I'm good now.
Usually what his first name? I forgot his first name.
Who? Because there's two last name Daniels.
the one come with you. Remember, he always coming with you.
Oh yeah, Jack. He's at
Yeah.
he had something come up tonight. I know that. It was yeah, something came up that he couldn't attend tonight.
Yeah, even the last time too. So the leading institutions may require the buyer to pay one or more points of the loan at the closing or the final step for the sale process, according to the IRS or Internal Revenue Services. Point are the interest repaid by the buyer and may be used to reduce the state interest rate. The lender charge 1 point is equal 1% of the loan. Usually, when we say, "Oh, what is your closing cost?" or "What is the point?" Like how many point for your loan or something like that. That's how we talking about that. Good.
No, not quite.
Good. Yeah.
No, every time I have to like unmute to say I'm not ready yet, that just makes it longer. So okay, I'm
Okay. For example, we have example for this. So the down payments and the points. Martinez wished to purchase the house, selling for seven for this 749,000 dollars, and they plan to obtain the loan from the bank. The bank require 15% down for the payment to pay the payable to the seller, and the payment is 2 point for pay to the bank at the time for the closing costs. So you see this, the bank require for 15% of 749,000 and to pay the seller first, and then whatever the rest he had to loan from the bank with 2 points. Remember, it's 1 point means 1%, so 2 points mean 2%. He paid to the bank at the closing cost times. And right now we want to find out is 15% out of 749,000. So how much is that? and then whatever the rest, and he loaned from the bank, and he must pay 2 points interest to the bank. So we have first we have to looking for the how much he put the down payments, or he put the down payments of 749,000. So 749,000 multiplied by 15%, it means 0.15. So he must put a down payment, or he paid to the seller $112,350 first. This one, at first, he put a down payment, it means he paid to the seller. And whatever the rest, he take the loan for 2 points from the bank. So so this one is the down payment, or the payable to the seller. This one is down payments always. And right now, for this, so how much his mortgage still remains? So we have 700 we have like 749,000 minus 100 something thousand, and the mortgage he loaned at 636,650. So this amount of money he loaned from the bank with 2%, or 2 points, or 2% for the bank, and then so the cost for this pay to their mortgage. So we have as, it means 2%, it means 2 points, it means 2%. He had to pay for it. So it means we have to multiply by whatever the remain for the mortgage, or remain for the money he borrowed, or he loaned from the bank, which 636,650. And which this one cost him like $12,733. You see this, even 2 points out of this much money, he still pay this one his mortgage, or he paid to the bank for that.
So is that the interest, or is that?
Yeah, that one is the interest. That one is the interest. That one is the interest at 2 points.
So the points is just like the
1%,
interest.
like yeah.
Okay.
2 points is mean the interest. Yeah, 1 point it mean 1%. 2 point it mean 2%. Usually, you heard about for the register, they always say, oh, they have like 1 point, 2 points, something like that. That's how they mean. That's how they mean for the percentage. So this one is actually this one is not the interest. Let me go back for the questions. Let me go back for this. Okay, and the payments. See, and the payments at the time, that is the time for the closing cost. The closing cost is not the interest. The closing cost is that different with the interest. This means this one look like the paperwork for the bank. I can call the paperwork for the bank.
Okay, wait. So what is the points, what do they represent? Are they the interest? Are they like,
they're not
what
the
is
interest?
it?
That is the closing cost. It means the closing cost for the mortgage. It means
Okay.
the paperwork.
What is the closing
whatever.
cost?
Yeah, that's what I said. That is the paperwork. The paperwork from the bank.
So it's
Whoever
just
do the
like
paper.
the cost, like what you pay the bank to do the mortgage.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. I know it's I know it's they take a lot of money from us. They steal the money from us. You know, right? Like even the bank, whatever the bank they go they go for that and they do it. They're not doing free. You know that? They're not doing everything free. No, not not do everything for free. It's mean like this the closing cost. It's mean the money when they do the paperwork.
Yeah, yeah. I got that.
They
Yeah.
process everything. They like they take loan or they deal with the bank or they give you
Yeah,
the
yeah.
price. Yeah, yeah. Just mean the fee. So actually, this one I can say this one is the fee for the bank,
Okay.
not the interest. Okay, not the interest. I know they want to rip up everything. They want to rip up from us. So the quality of the mortgage, the bank usually the formula they use the formula to determine the maximum monthly payment they believe within the purchase ability to pay. So they have their own formula, or they can calculate adjust monthly income, uh, which equal the cost monthly income means uh, any fixed monthly payments within more payments remain. They always do like that. This one,
Can
so so this one,
can you go back, please? Yeah. I
so
still
this
need.
one, so this one, they not stop right there. This one, okay, remember, we have is the interest, we have the tax. They always get it from us, and they got the insurance, yeah, tax and insurance and everything. They get more money from us. I know. When you ready to buy the house, this means you ready to pay everything. Ready?
No, not quite.
So anyway, this one I still recorded, so you still watching it. And also I pre-record already, so still the same. Okay, ready? Yeah.
No, not quite.
Because this one you don't have to copy it out because everything on my lecture notes already.
Yeah, but if I'm here in class, I want to take advantage of that time that I have allotted from 6 to 9 to get all my notes in because I already have to spend all my time out of class working on the homework. So I don't really have the extra time
Okay,
to rewatch
so
the
you
videos and everything. But yeah, I'm ready now. So
okay, they multiply the result by 28%, and this is the maximum monthly payment lending institution believe the purchaser can afford. I don't think so. That they believe. And this one include for the money for principal, the interest, the tax, and also the insurance. They do everything for us in there. Okay. So
Oh, can you go back
the
for 1
principal
second,
interest
please?
and the payment
Sir?
formula.
Sir, can you please go back
Why
for a
you
second?
you don't have to write it down. It's already so if go like this, I'm not pushes the lecture notes in there because I already put the lecture note. It means you ready to come
What
to the
I don't
class
have
and you have
I
this.
don't have the lecture notes on paper. I don't have access to a printer.
Because you should know this. This one take a lot of time. You
I
know
don't
that?
have access to a
Okay,
printer and the school was
I don't want
closed.
to
I don't
argument
know
with
what
you. Okay,
I'm not trying to
just
argue
write
with
it down.
you.
Okay, just keep writing.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, the principal, interest, and the payment formulas. We have M equal P times R over N over 1 minus 1 plus R over N, everything raised to the minus NT. So M is the principal and the interest payments. P, that is the amount of the mortgage. R, that we have R. So R is mean the interest rate as the decimal. So remember when they say 2%, 3%, you have to convert to the decimal place. N, so we have N right there. So N is mean the numbers of the payments in per year. T is the time in year. So this is the formulas they use to make the mortgage payments. This one is the formula for your mortgage payments. Or if you buy a car and you get you get like the loan too from the bank, this is the one you can use it. That is the formula for that.
Okay.
Okay. Example, using the principal and the payment interest payment formula. So using the principal and the interest payment formula, calculate the maintenance monthly principal and the interest payment. Remember, record that maintenance thing one like 30 years, and the mortgage he still have left. That is 6,000. No, actually 636,650. in the mortgage with the interest rate is 4.9%. So in here, they say the monthly principal interest. So we calculate from a monthly and in 30 years and the mortgage and the interest rate. So we have everything right there. Now we just put in the formula. The formula with is M equal P times R over N over 1 minus of 1 plus R over N. That group is raised to the minus NT. So this one is the monthly, and this one is the time for 30 years, and this one the mortgage, and this one is the interest rate.
Okay.
So we use a formula for this. We have everything right there. We have a P is with 636,650. The R 4.9% convert to the decimal 0.049. N, which they say monthly payment, which means 12 months. And T, which is 30 years. So we just put it in, plug it in, and use the calculator. Do you know how to use the calculator by this, or you want to show you how to use the calculator?
I know how to use the calculator, but can you just like hold on a second so I can copy down the where the
Okay.
numbers go and everything?
Okay.
Okay.
So when you put in the calculator, should be this one is the monthly. He paid for $3,378.87. This one he paid the monthly in 30 years.
Wait, so that's what he pays every month, or is that
Every
what?
month. Monthly, yes, every month.
Okay.
Based
So
on that interest, and based on the mortgage he borrowed from the bank.
okay.
So this one is the formula for the monthly payment. So that's why which I already mentioned, this one you can use for your car. If you want to purchase a car and you loan whatever how much you put in there, and all the rest you loan for this. So this one you can use it. You can use this formula to apply into the car payments.
Okay.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, authorization schedule. So be repeating using the simple interest formula instead of we using the simple interest formulas, monthly to monthly, unpaid the balance. You could calculate the principal and the interest or the payments, which is to this is tax. However, is the list contain the monthly numbers, payment on the interest, payments on the principal, and the balance of the loan can prepare using the computer, such as such a list called the loan amortization schedule. So this one, instead of we use by hand, so they use it by the computer. They have some program, they have something, so they can subtract, they can plus or whatever. They show you whatever the one you pay for the interest and you pay for tax or you pay for principal. They can list everything out for you. If you require, they print out for you. They can print out for you, and you can see how much the interest you pay at first, and how much for the principal, and how much for the loan.
Okay.
So this is the schedule. This one, for example, we loan. This one is the schedule how they list out. Initially, we take the loan from the bank as $211,650, and we pay in 36 payment. That is 30 years. And then at the annual interest rate is 7.07%. And the monthly, this one, the monthly we pay every single month. The monthly $1,408.11. This how they break it out. You will see this how is the interest they come up, and how is the principal, how is the loan they take out. For example, first payment. I know you pay $1,400, right? 1,400 plus. But you see this, the first payment, you pay the interest $1,234.63. But in another hand, you just put only $173.48 into the balance of the loan. This means the principal. They just put it apply in the principal. You see, and second payments, and this much of the money, they take the interest from you, but they put a little bit, just $1 more, into the principal. And you will see this all the way up to 119 times the principal. No, the interest you still pay $1,063.49, but the principal, you pay the principal only $344.62. So you see, and your mortgage, they still have $1,180 $81,968.54. And while you paying more, and you'll go until you see this 240 times of the payments. This one is the interest, they go in less. I think I said they go in less, but not really less, but $711.50. You pay the principal $696.61. You see this on this, the interest and the principal, if they total up, they must be equal for this amount of money. This one for your payments. And you see two of the last. I know the interest right now only $16 plus, and your principal now they push all the rest into your principal money. So the last one, they still get the interest too, but $8.17, and your principal is like $1,399.95. That's it. That's the end of the balance. You see this? First, the bank, they never, I'm sorry, I have to say, they never SB. They never stupid. They always get your money first before they put something in your principal. That's how it's the bank, they make the money. But you know, like this one, you borrow the money from them, but when you let the money or you put in the invest something like that, they try to backward, they pay you just a little bit. They just use your money.
Okay.
So this one is about the mortgage payments. So this one is about the mortgage payments. And where another one? 8 okay. And this one about for your investment. This one is for your investment. So okay. So we have ordinary annuities. So ordinary is the account in which or out of which the sequence scheduled payments is made. For this one, usually you use this for the invest. So this one, the invest, the money you make from the bank or the CD or the invest, whatever the thing is, you can use that for your invest. So this one is ordinary annuity formula. They say A equal P time for 1 plus Rn raised to the NT and everything minus 1 over Rn. So P is the amount of the mortgage or amount of the money you make a payment or you loan or you put the loans in. But this one I can call amount of the mortgage. It's like the amount of the principal, or yeah, I can say that. And R, of course, the interest rate as the decimal place. And then N, that's the number of the payments per year. And what else we have left? T is the time for years.
Okay.
For example, bill deposit $250 each quarter in the ordinary annuity at 4% interest compound quarterly by the accumulated amount after 30 years. It means Bill, he put every quarter, he put 250 and he looked like he invests at the 4% interest quarterly, a compound quarterly. And they want to know how much after 30 years, what is the money in his account. So 250, we know that is the P. We can call that the principal or the amount we put in. 4%, that is the R. That's the interest, 0.04. And compound quarterly it means N equal 4. And the last one is the T, 35 years. Put in the formula. The formulas we have A equal P times 1 plus R over N raised to the NT minus 1 over R over N. This one R, this one N. So this one is N, this one T. So this one is my P. So this one in after 30 years in his bank has $75,676.48. I know right now you 18 years old, or you 19, right? You can put in, you can investment. You can put the money in, and later on you can save the money, and then you can have the money for down for the payments for your house. Invest from now.
Okay.
So another example, to save the money to start a new business. Sandra Jesse invest 200 for each quarter in the ordinary annuity with 5% interest compound quarterly. So after 20 years, so how much for annuity she has? Principal 200, interest rate 0.05, quarterly N equal 4. The time 20 years. We have the formulas already. Put it in. 200 times 1 plus 0.05 divide 4 raised to the 4 times 20 minus 1, everything over 0.05 over 4. So let's see how this one is 5% in 20 years. Let's see how much she has after 20 years. She has in her account is $27,223.76. She put in 200 for each quarter.
Okay.
Or another example, to save for their grandchild in a college expense. Ken and Laura Macho invest 500 for each month in ordinary annuity with 6% interest compound monthly. So they want to know 18 years from now, from whatever the grandchild they just born or something. Yeah, 18 years at the college age. So how much is that? So the in principal 500 for each month with the interest rate 6% compound monthly and equal 12, and after 18 years, so we have everything, just plug it in. 500 times 1 plus 0.06 divided by 12 raised to 12 times 18 minus 1, everything over 0.6 over 12. So after 18 years, ooh, this one's a lot of money. Their grandchildren or grandchild have $193,676.60. Now you can put your money down. Katie, you can put the money down after you're done for the college. And
Yeah.
you can have some money for you open your business, right?
Yeah,
That you
that's why I work all the time. That's,
but you put invest or no?
Yeah, I tried
Nah.
to, but yeah, I can, I work as much as I can, but gotta save the time for the math homework. So,
No, I said you put the in city or the investment.
I mean,
Not work.
I don't have a lot to invest. That's the thing. I don't work I just work enough to pay what I need to.
Oh, I
I don't have
see.
time to work more.
I see what you mean. Okay, now support you deposit 100 into an account at the end of each month for 4 months. See, now you try this. How about this? Now you try to collect this in each month for 4 months, and the interest compound monthly. The annual interest 12%. So how much in your account at the end? See, now you can do this. Try to do this little by little. So this one is the principal, and this one is 4 months. This means n. 4 months. This means 4 over 12, and the interest rate is 12%, and the times this one the monthly, okay, compound monthly. This means n equal 12. This one is monthly, but the time only 4 months. Put it in 100 times 1 plus 0.12 over 12 time I put in here 1/3 because 4 divided by 12. 4 divided by 12. So that is the 1/3. Okay, divide by 4, divide by 4, divide by 4, 1, 12 divided by 4, that's 3. So that is the 1/3. Okay, for that. Minus 1 over 0.12 over 12. So, see, this one is the money. 4 months. How much you get back? Little by little. $406.04. If you think like this, how much you get from the bank for your interest?
Okay.
Yeah. So you think how much you get from interest?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, reading that. They give it. Remember, you have to put in every month for $100 in 4 months. I mean, you put in $400 already. So the interest rate only $6.04. Look like this one. Look like you play with the CD. The bank they always say you have to invest with the CD. This one look like you can play with the CD. You can invest by the CD. And the last one. So this one is the skinny fund. Is the type of annuity which the goal to save specific amount of money in a specific amount of the times. Another formula. Remember before this one is we still same the formula, but they say looking for something the different. The first one annuity. That's we're looking for A. Annuity we're looking for A. We know the principle, but on this one we do not know the principle, but we know the A, the money amount of money. I think this one is in your quiz. I think I don't have this one in your quiz, but we just know the formula for that. We just know the formula for that.